This is a very boring thumbnail.
This really is. Is this what we're going with? Are we forced to do
Yeah.
this? Hey, Manny! This isn't spooky.
And this wasn't to take out. This wasn't to remove Nikki Cross. This was more like, oh, it's the Marcus and Manny show.
Yeah. Oh, the
King
pop
of the
up.
Rope show.
Yeah, the King of the Ropes. Ah! They used all Big Joseph candy for that segment. For that segment of the show. That match.
Oh, so I was gonna put out this short, but I don't think it would have hit. Do you know Alicia Tyler? Not Alicia Tyler. Alicia something, the NXT ring announcer.
Yeah.
I don't think her name is Alicia Tyler.
I'm going with Alicia Tyler. It's too late. It's too late. I know who Alicia Tyler is.
She hid Vic Joseph's candy box and then recorded him going insane when he couldn't find it when he approached the desk.
Why does that man need so much candy? It's a damn shame.
It's ridiculous.
Manny, on a scale of 1 to 10, how was this trick or street fight?
6.
6? I'll go with that. I'll go with that. I thought it hit because of the costumes of the Hart Foundation and that they try to get personal. I don't know what led to that.
See, I'm more of a very simple man. All I need, and when we get these holiday gimmick matches, is have object placed on head and become said spooky or festival or turkey head. That's all I need. That's all I need.
Yeah. I enjoy the ball for options.
Yeah. So let's get into the show. Welcome everyone to the Untitled Robert Sala show and Papa Shango.
Papa Shango. I have questions for you, sir. Before you get into any questions for me, I have questions for you. Are you really going to stay with Zach Wilson for all of the season?
I believe Zach Wilson has played great football for the last several games. We are sticking with Zach Wilson because Aaron Rodgers is currently injured.
But free agency. There has to be somebody out there. I mean, Cam Newton wouldn't be worse.
I believe the trade deadline is today.
So I don't think any trades are going to be done.
No, because I believe the trade we would have done was Kirk Cousins from the Vikings, but he's now injured.
Oh, that would have been a good move. But, as much as I want to criticize you, little did anybody know Papa Shango, huge Green Bay Packers fan.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
When did Papa Shango obtain the power of the podcast sweater?
It was laid down to him. It was laid down to me. I've been controlling Marcus this whole time with my power of voodoo. The podcast sweater is just a part of a little bit of my voodoo. This is 2023, and my voodoo is commercially woke, and it has the podcast.
Commercially woke.
Yes.
That's new.
Yeah, that's 100% new. I don't know if I've never said that in my life, but my HR and PR people told me this is the best way to do this.
Hey, Marcus, I'm overheating, so I am actually going to remove what I'm wearing.
And I'm going to die in this outfit until I figure out I can't breathe anymore.
So what I'm going to ask you to talk about, because it's currently in the news, is the it's basically the same story, but they've changed it for AEW. So do you know how we normally get the story of Vince tore up the script 1 hour before Raw?
Yes. I missed those stories.
Yeah, some AEW talent have been complaining to I think Dave about when they turn up to TV, they don't know what they're doing till very late in the day, and they don't essentially know where their stories are going.
Oh. So the reason was this is because everything is leaking to Dave and everything, right? I believe that's the main reason.
I believe that's
And
what Jerry Lynn said.
He's a credible source. But I am going to agree with Jerry Lynn with, if the wrestlers knew how to shut the fuck up, and I mean that with all due respect, and not go, they're doing this with so-and-so, and so-and-so's getting called into the roster. Ah! Ah! How?
Oh, wait. I'm you.
Is it possible? It's voodoo! No, this is voodoo! Well done. Well played, Manny.
Do you know I put these on and instantly they started steaming up like your glasses?
Yeah. Well done. Oh, I'm sorry I'm doing white face, everybody, by the way. But if Finn Balor can get away with blackface every single demon appearance, I can get away with this. But I do feel like that the wrestlers do leak way too much stuff, that they do talk too much, that they never let anything for the fans to be surprised about or anything like that. It's more like, I know what's probably going to happen on the show before the show, and I'm not even trying. You can just scroll through any feed, and then you get like, oh, guess who's going to debut tonight? Oh, and I think one thing that, Tony did right, like, whether you liked it or not, Ric Flair did not leak at all. Like, that shit just came, he just showed up.
Yeah, but I feel like that wasn't really a good surprise, though, was it?
Yeah, but no one knew. You were actually, tell me, Manny, when that music hit, you didn't go, oh. Like, I didn't see that coming at all.
It's true.
So I'll be in the vein of, I have to keep things close to the chest, or I'm putting out fake stories and figuring out who these leaks are and being like, y'all shut the fuck up. Stop talking to people.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
It's different. It's different to Vince tearing up the script because, like, at least people were aware of what they were going to do, but then Vince said, "Nah, we're changing it."
Yeah. This whole thing is garbage. He's been changing it all day. I miss that story though. But I don't blame Tony for trying to keep things close to the chest.
Did you enjoy the of you being told I was going to be Robert Sala?
Yeah, you lied to me. That's the one thing you said you would never do is lie to me.
Yeah,
and you did.
Should we just get into Monday Night Raw? Let's get into Monday Night Raw.
Yep.
It kicks off with Rhea speaking for 2 to 3 minutes about dominance on Raw, Crown Jewel, and all of WWE, like they always do.
Yep. We run Monday Night Raw. Blah, blah, blah. I say this every week.
Sami Zayn interrupts, says he's sick of hearing her talk about power and how the Judgment Day run Monday Night Raw. Says he will fight the Judgment Day until the Judgment Day is no more. Rhea says they don't need the numbers game when it comes to him, and they start making matches. The three of them try to jump in, but Ricochet makes the save. So I want to ask you a question, Marcus.
Yeah.
When did Sami Zayn become Kaz or Frankie Kazarian as the Elite Hunter?
No, he's not that. He's a rebel. Rebellion. I felt his speech about being a rebel. I believe it has something to do with Israel, Pakistan, and Palestine and stuff. So I felt like that's where he was really getting that emotion from.
Yeah.
But, I think that it's always somebody each week standing up to Judgment Day, and it's always them surrounding, and it's always someone making the save. And I feel like I get this segment every week. I just feel like we can change it up a little bit. There has to be a way. It has to be a way where we don't even let them talk. Someone just kicks their ass.
I mean, it's aging really badly, this whole thing.
Yeah. It just seems like we're just milking this until we get to Survivor Series War Games and whatnot. but we end up getting the same thing every week because they knew where they wanted to go, but they didn't know how long it was going to be. Like, how do we do this for 8 or 9 more weeks or whatever it was when they originally started?
100%. We get the first match of the night, which was Ricochet versus Dirty Dominic Mysterio. I thought this was a good match. I didn't like how it ended. You knew it was going to end this way anyway. Dirty Dom wins from a dual distraction where Rhea distracted the ref, and then JD McJuggernuggets.
Is he in? Is he in? He feels like he's in. He feels like he's in.
I feel like he's a Tozawa at the moment with Alpha Academy. He's in training.
He's in that. He's in.
I mean, he celebrated with Rhea when they did the dastardly deed.
Yeah, it seems like they're all getting along. Priest still gives a side eye. But other than that, they were all getting along here. He was just in the ring. Normally, he just walks out later and wanders into the ring. But he was with them. He walked out with them, apparently.
And then, so this match came about because the Alpha Academy held up a "Come Get Us" challenge.
You don't want the smoke now that we got Tozawa in our corner. You don't want none of this smoke now. You're afraid of Tozawa. Look at us. Look at us.
So this was another good match, and the good thing about this, the fans were into it, and they were happy to see the Creed brothers.
Yeah. The Creed brothers should be on the main roster probably about 6 months ago. Or if not more than that, they were already ready. They were established. Or Diamond Mine. I don't know if we still call them Diamond Mine.
No, they're not Diamond Mine anymore.
It's the Creeds with Ivy now.
Yeah, the Creeds with Ivy now.
But they come out there, they do their stuff, and extremely talented. Judas is a monster with power, and I enjoyed the matchup. So I enjoyed the little wrestling with Gable. Even Otis and Brutus, I wanted to see that matchup. Just big meaty man hitting each other and stuff. Yeah. So, and the Brutus ball looked okay.
The Brutus ball looked okay, and then it also looked really impressive that Julius just had him up there, Otis just up there, like, oh, this is a big beefy boy who can lift up Otis.
Yeah. I mean, they did all their big spots, and it was a 450.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, if you had never seen the Creeds before, you'd be like, what the fuck am I watching with these guys?
You know what the most impressive thing out of that whole thing was? It was Brutus. And I've seen him do it before. Just do the standing, what's that move? It's the move Ricochet does. It's like a standing shooting
star. The two-star press. Yeah.
I thought that was really impressive for a man of his size.
Yeah, with all that, width and girth and all that. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck? And it's just really impressive. I like when Julius did the all the way on the ground suplex with Gable and stood up and then passed it off to Brutus early on in the match. I was like, God damn. Yeah. It reminds me of like Cesaro's ridiculous strip. Like, it's like, you don't expect all this. Like power, and it just hits. But dare I say this, and I don't believe what I'm about to say, and I don't think it's true. Tag team wrestling back in WWE,
it's too early.
This match,
it's too early.
They have the New Day and DIY. They tried to build them up.
It's too early to say, but I think we might have the makings of something if they continue with it.
Yeah.
But do you think because for the last couple of weeks it seemed like Chad had his eyes on the Intercontinental title, but it seems like now he's kind of been pushed back into the kind of backstage nonsense with Tozawa and stuff like that. Do you think now that there's something to be held with now having the Creeds on the roster that dream is probably over for him now?
Yeah, absolutely. I knew it was over when, later in the show they announced that fatal four-way of who's going to be contending for Gunther's title, and it was like, oh, no more Gable. Even though he brought it up in the back later, it was like, I want to get back to the Intercontinental title. We may come back to that eventually, but I think while Gunther's champion, that window's closed.
Yeah. Okay. So we move into the Judgment Day Clubhouse. The new Judgment Day, Kofi and Woods dressed up as Damian and Dominic.
We needed Big E to show up and be Rhea or something. I feel like he would have been Rhea. You know,
he would have been Rhea, and he would have done the titty dance.
He would have done the titty dance. He would have had the open back. It would have been over the top.
Yeah. I don't know why they couldn't just call him in. That's not neck problem. He could have just done a spot.
I think they're saving it, like, you know, for whatever he returns, his pop. If
I hope he returned to the Royal Rumble at least.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that too. It's been quiet on his front. I'm
Really
sure he
quiet.
wouldn't let anything leak. He wouldn't let anything leak out anyway. Because I remember last time it was like, oh, I gotta go for a second opinion. They say I'm far off and all that. But you know, I think it's been really quiet. It's that too quiet era of like, what's Big E up to?
Yeah. So this was actually a really funny segment when the New Day were there, and then it got into Damian has a lot to think about as he ponders to cash in at Crown Jewel. Damian questioning why Rhea is making matches. She says he is the punishment of the Judgment Day. He takes care of the Judgment Day problems.
So the decision is who's the leader. Priest is finding a problem. I'm like, I don't understand why he don't understand Rhea's the boss. She's calling the boss. She's on top. She's the one with the microphone all the time, and she's the one laying out all the plans. And when she wasn't there, she was gone, and the whole faction fell apart.
Jimmy, the problem is daylight savings, and it only affects America at the moment. For the next week, well, it's basically the Thursday show. The Thursday show starts at either 3 or 12, depending on which region you're in.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
And I think the watch along is the same time for everyone else. No, it's not. The watch along is crazy. The watch along is messing up everyone's timings.
No one's happy about this. No one.
And as for the fedora, Marcus is Black Abraham Lincoln.
I'm a jazz musician.
And I am Marcus the Grand Finale. So Miz TV. This segment was a thing. This segment was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Miz tries to bring out Gunther. He doesn't come out. He gets Ludwig and Giovanni instead. Ludwig calls Miz a clown. Miz calls him a sidekick, making Giovanni a third wheel. Giovanni calls Miz his wife's sidekick, and then the Miz is surprised he spoke.
I was too. He's like, oh, this guy speaks. He doesn't put this guy, and then Ludwig put him in his place. Again.
That was not necessary.
It wasn't.
He had you. He essentially had their back.
This dynamic.
He essentially had it. He essentially had his back, speaking up, and then like he was just like, "Nah, shut the fuck up."
No one asked you to talk. It dawned on me at this moment that Imperium's the longest running faction, I think, in all of wrestling right now, other than Bullet Club or whatever in Japan, in American wrestling. But Imperium has been going on for a bit now. If you think about it, this is a long faction here. I mean, yes, Wolf isn't there and whatnot, and it's been little changes here and there, but they've been together for a bit.
Yeah, that's also if you're not including New Day.
I consider them a 6-man. I don't know if I consider them a faction. I mean, they are, but
yeah. Gunther comes out, says he came out because to make it clear he's not his guest, and he also came out to make two things clear to the Miz. One, it's the year 2023, and the Miz is still trying to run a talk show. You're making this personal, Gunther. Two, this ring is sacred. Everything the Miz does in this ring is beneath him. In fact, the Miz is beneath him. I do not respect the Miz.
I don't know why Miz was just trying to run a talk show, and Gunther made everything personal. Just destroyed this man's life. Talk about you're useless. It's not the 90s anymore, 2000s. Get out of here with this shit.
The Miz said The Miz said he wrestled an invisible John Cena, and that was more entertaining than Gunther. I'm not sure about that, Miz. Claims whether it's movies,
Good argument,
TV,
though.
he is the biggest star WWE has. Gunther says that's the problem with The Miz. Once the bell rings, it doesn't matter how entertaining you are. When it gets serious, it's the only thing that matters is how good of a wrestler you are. That's exactly why Miz is a talk show host and Gunther is the greatest intercontinental champion of all time.
God damn, Gunther. Stop cutting me deep. Come cut me.
Okay, and so this is my thing now. So the Miz talks about his accolades. But when you list when he lists all those accolades, it's like when someone talks about something from 10 years ago. You did this ages ago, Miz.
Yeah.
And you
It'll
can't
be
even
like-
bring up that title reign you had recently because that wasn't long enough. And Bobby Lashley took you down with it and had a time or two to do it.
That countdown. You weren't welcome in the building. With the Miz accomplishment, it does sound like if Zalta, I can't say it. I thought we're starting running off his accomplishments, but you can't name anything in the past like 10 years. Basically, what he's done. Like, yeah, I went to the MLS. I went to this league, bounced around here. But you haven't did anything. You haven't. So, but, respect to the Miz and all his accolades. And I was shocked that they turned him face for this feud. And I am looking forward to this match. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said to you off air, I think I'm hoping for Prime Miz, where he was putting on good matches. Keeping out good matches despite in a losing effort. I don't think I need the Miz to win the IC title off for Gunther. I think it needs to be an up and coming star, not the Miz.
Well, maybe not even an up and coming star, just someone that's been around that's mid card or the people in that Fatal 4-Way kind of fit the build. Other than the Miz. I'm okay with the Miz fighting Gunther next week, but if Gable or Bronson Reed or even Ricochet got it, I'll be like, oh, okay. Or if they decide to put it back on Shinsuke, this current mode of Shinsuke of looking for challengers and stuff, I'm down with that as well. Yeah. But I don't think it should be the Miz. Although I do think there needs to be a title change overall right away. That's Seth Rollins. I don't need him as champion anymore. When I don't know if that's the next segment or not, but when I found out he ain't wrestled in 4 months on Raw, and I went, we're the fighting one.
Yeah. Yeah. So what have we got? He sounded like those college students that hang out with high school kids. Yeah, he did.
Sound like Al Bundy. 4 touchdowns, a single gauge. Poke high. Talk about the Miz.
Keep it up, guys. Thank you. Biscuit. Happy Halloween,
Marcus and Marcus.
I was about to complain. I was about to it's my name first before Marcus's. I was like, oh yeah, wait, I am Marcus today.
But now you're wondering which Marcus are you? And you like, I had to be the one in front. I had to be the one in front.
Can we do a spin-off show of Sister and be Marcus?
Yes.
Marcus.
How much that is? We can do the full intro on separation. I'll tell you this, I'll be the one raised by Jack K. Okay?
Oh, you want a little bit of spice.
I want a little spice in my life, yeah. You can have all the class and grace and the good upbringing and the money in the suburbs.
You mean they also got Roger?
Oh, yeah. You get the package deal, Roger. Go home, Roger. Next Halloween, we're doing Sister. Full intro and everything.
We get DIY versus Imperium. DIY win when they hit Vinci with the meat in the middle, which I thought was good. It was a decent match for them coming back, but
do you care?
I didn't care about this match.
I think
they changed the music too. They changed the music too, and it just
I didn't care about the music. I don't even remember what the DIY original music was. Was it just Johnny Gargano's music?
I think it was a mixture of kind of like Johnny Gargano's like Rebel Heart music or something similar.
Okay. But I think they needed a good squash. I thought the Creeds of all the debuts had the better showing.
But I think they needed a better showing. There's an NXT talent.
Yeah.
And going against a really good team that doesn't get enough respect. Like when you think about tag teams, like
yeah.
Yeah. DIY, I feel like the whole trio is a bit of a miss. No, quadrant. I think
you talk about the way,
and
Indy, Candice, Tommaso, and
yeah, I think it's a miss. It's a huge miss.
They need something. I don't know what it is, but they need something. They need a big feud or something to carry them somewhere. Because I feel like even the return of Cedric on SmackDown had a bigger impact.
Yeah, I think they need one of those good kind of takeover matches like they had with FTR or the Revival at the time, to get them really kickstarted back on the map, because it just feels dead. And I think because the Judgment Day and Cody and Jay have been holding these tag team titles hostage, you're just getting none of this like movement in the tag division. So like I feel it's time that they move on from those tag titles, because like they're really holding the tag team division back, because obviously they're in a main event kind of story, but there is no one I could see that you could really elevate outside of like the people that are already feuding for those tag titles.
Yeah, I think if you want to get DIY started and having them face Priest and Balor, eventually, fight for those titles, they can have a really good match together and it'll elevate DIY.
I think you need to put them on the map a bit more. I think they need more matches before you can even say they're in the tag team consideration. Not just like how the Miz went to Pierce and go, look at my accolades. Look at my accolades. I should get a title match immediately.
That's how Russell
tag team champion.
That's how Russell Wilson goes to the NFL. Just look at me. Just put me in the Super Bowl. Look at my accolades. Come on, Russ. It's been a while. It's been a while.
Shinsuke says he's looking for his next sacrifice. Does this person want to be chosen, or will he choose Shinsuke? Whatever, step forward and awaken me. What are you afraid of?
So basically, it's the Japanese version of knock on my door.
Yes. And I'm all for it.
Please knock on my door. Still waiting in that room.
Then we get the knockout match of the night: Candice LeRae versus Xia.
Now, did you say that in the return of TNA knockouts, or just because there was a knockout involved?
Because there was a knockout and it works with Impact or TNA.
Yeah, she got the business from Xia Li. I thought this was a good approach. If Xia Li is considered dangerous and has educated feet, why not? Why not?
Yeah, I feel like the commentary
that can be used for
the commentary that was used for Xia Li by Bad News Barrett, Wade Barrett, was actually pretty good. He explained that she had an up and coming rise on NXT. She's kind of had a stalemate on the main roster. He's concerned maybe it was the language barrier.
I don't know how that affects fighting.
It affects your way to pitch why you should be on the show.
That would be like, in UFC if Anderson Silva would have been a great fighter if it wasn't for a language barrier.
So
Portuguese, what? Still a badass.
Yeah, and Michael Cole called her Candice Michelle.
I was gonna update this. It's like, Candice shouldn't have came out. I was gonna say this and I totally forgot. Candice came out of retirement and should have got this work like this. Back to obscurity. She came back just to get knocked out. That's why you don't come back. Rest in peace, Candice Michelle.
So I'm gonna move a little bit ahead because of the Xia Li bit. Becky Lynch says in 42 days she defended the NXT title more times than Rhea Ripley has done all year, more times than Roman has done all year. She is the catalyst for change. She doesn't need the title needs her. Which is when Xia Li decides to go, Becky Lynch, are you scared of me? As you didn't give me a chance at that title. I fully believe that was your fault, Xia Li.
Yeah,
because
it's still her
you said
fault.
on my time. Becky offers her to fight her right now. She again says on her time. Becky says she's been doing this shit for 3 weeks.
3 weeks has been buying her time. Now, what is her time? What is her time? But one, I like the incorporation of multiple women's segments on Raw. That wasn't involving the title. Rhea has nothing to do with any of this.
Yeah.
I'm invested more into the Becky Xia Li storyline than I am the women's world title fatal 4-way, even though Becky has no title now. Because, like Becky said, she made a point. In her 42-day reign, she had one of the best title reigns of anybody in wrestling. It was just that quick. It was quick, and it was effective. It's memorable.
It was about 8 title defenses in that time.
Yeah.
Or something along those terms.
All good matches, all different brands. And it was just like, oh, this is what a champion should do. And it's better than what her husband Seth is doing. I know she didn't want to put him on blast, but Becky, you were a better champion than Seth as well.
Yeah.
And all the time he's been champion. All he's been worried about is his
back. Drew goes back to the Performance Center. He questions if his most memorable moment of his career happened in a time in history where nobody wants to remember. He questions, was it all worth it? He can't erase the past of the bloodline at Clash at the Castle, but at Crown Jewel, he can make it right. For him, this is everything. He will even go as far to break Seth Rollins' back to take the title away from him.
Here's what I like about this. He's 100% right on everything he said. He seems like a babyface. And then when Seth cut his promo and cut him down, you're worrying about the pandemic. People are out of work and live for paychecks. And you worried about an empty arena title reign? You upset with that? When that cut him down, I was like, fuck, Drew, you are wrong. You're 100% wrong in this scenario. As much as I just said, Seth's title run is not one of my favorites on that. Becky had a better run. That promo was perfect. Of like cutting Drew down. I'm like, what the fuck are you bitching about?
Boo freaking who? He isn't sorry that Drew didn't get to win the WWE Championship the way he dreamt it. He didn't. And Drew keeps wanting to blame the bloodline for all his shortcomings. Tells him, cry me a river and get in line with guys like Sami Zayn and I don't like him, Cody Rhodes, but they ain't asking for any pity. And then we just instantly go into the match. Seth eventually beats JD McDonough with the stomp for the win. Seth demands Damian to make his move at the end of the match. Cash it on me, I dare you.
I dare you. Biggest mistake, I dare you. You don't want to do it to me. You don't want to do it on me. I never fell for the Damian Priest bluff of cashing in. Ever.
No, because they ruined it the moment he won it with all the botches with him and Finn, and then him and Finn were having problems and this stuff. Yes. They've ruined it.
If he were to cash in, it probably would be on the Saudi Arabia show. I could see that being actually like one of the matches that start the show and he cashes in on that after Drew, destroys Seth and turns fully heel. I can see Priest doing it or claiming to be Judgment Day or something like that. Or even if by hook or crook, LA Knight were to beat the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. If that were to happen, I can see Priest cashing in.
The only way Priest is cashing in on Roman to win, on LA Knight to win, Roman Reigns has to be murdered in that match. The way they write out characters on Impact, that has to happen. That's the only way LA Knight is taking this title.
I did read a report somewhere that Roman's actually going to take in-ring time off. I mean, he's taken that off, but he may take.
He's missing Survivor Series again.
Yeah, It may be a thing where Roman's not 100% still healthy. I think he needs to like just go at some point.
Take the
I think
title off
that's might
him
be the
then.
issue. Yeah, I think it's coming soon.
Like, I know they're keeping it till Mania, but like, I don't think this is gonna last till Mania. Like, this is worse than when Brock Lesnar held the title hostage at this point.
But it's longer days. I think that Roman should drop the title at this point. I don't know what he's gonna do. It's dropping it. Where SmackDown goes without him. I mean, he is there. You know, he's the meal ticket of SmackDown. He is the best character. By the way, I'm Tony D'Angelo now. I just realized that. Forget about it.
Or you're Shawn Michaels if you can make one eye go that way and then continue to look at me.
Oh, I can pull the hat down. Hot right kid. Oh my god. Wow. Sunny days. Lost my smile. Oh, don't look at my eye. Oh, don't look at my eye. Well, this is my Shawn Michaels of today. I look like shit.
The Trick or Street match happened. I liked all the internet buzz about this being long-term storytelling when Natty groped Matt Cardona.
That's SmackDown evasion.
This doesn't feel like a door handle. That's a penis.
That's a penis. I enjoyed that Matt Cardona instigated the thing, and I like that Chelsea, again, the greatest bringback of the Triple H era. It's Chelsea Green right here.
And you know what? I don't think she really ever got started when she was in. Vince
just fired her right away. She got injured and Vince fired her.
I think she got injured like twice being employed by WWE.
Yeah, and then Vince just fired her. Was like, I don't need this.
Yeah,
and then her and Piper are just the costumes this week. Are like on Halloween Havoc, they were in Little Red Riding Hood, and Piper double dipped and had a paint under the mask for her wolf costume. But the Anvil costume was inspired. The Hart Foundation costume was inspired. Even Chelsea's hair as a curly Brett. Yeah. I felt like that worked and everything. And it was the pettiness of it all that she was fighting Natty. I was 100% on board with all this. Even though
I believe that was Natty's gear. That had to be Natty's gear.
Yeah. I think she was like, Natty, can I borrow your gear? Oh no, I do feel like Chelsea's too skinny to actually. I feel like she had to get it custom made. Like, Natty, where'd you get your stuff? I'm gonna wear your gear. Because she's too skinny to wear Natty stuff.
Nah. I mean, that stuff stretches. Natty looked like that moves.
Nanny decided to be the hooker from Japan. I'm sorry, the bunny.
The hooker from Japan.
She is. He's a hooker. He's a pimp. He's a Tokyo pimp. But I'm going to say the bunny for PG purposes. She had a whip and everything. These were your two friends at Halloween. There's the three type of women you meet at Halloween. There's the one who's going out, and I'm going to be total like, slutty kind of makes me look. Then there's the people who go a little too far with the scary or the spooky stuff with the Piper as the Anvil. And then there's Chelsea who's like in between.
Then we get the main event. Damian Priest versus Sami Zayn. This basically ends in a DQ as Jey Uso comes out to make the save as the Judgment Day obviously get involved. Cody comes out to help take out the Judgment Day. Cody puts JD McDonough. I don't know if he went through the table. I think he just landed on the table.
They hit the table twice. They didn't go through it at all.
And then Cody says to Damian that was unsuccessful. Damian is so close to immortality, yet he stands behind Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley and even Dominic Mysterio. Cody says he's back on his path, and his path at Crown Jewel goes straight through Damian Priest.
Before Cody came out, I didn't know if he was here tonight. I was like, Cody took the night off? Like, before he did the run-out save, I did not know. I was like, he hadn't been on the whole show. Normally, they sprinkle in some Cody here and there. They didn't sprinkle him in this episode. He just came out at the very end where the saves and the crossroads and the promo.
Yeah.
She's clearly the leader, Priest. You should be the guy. You got the briefcase. You got the power. But no, but you're behind Dom in ranking in that thing. And the Priest probably looked at him and said, I took that personally.
He did. He had that look on his face like, I'm taking this personally.
Yeah, once you say I'm behind Dom, it's one thing to say I'm behind Priest and Rhea. I mean, not Priest and Rhea, Finn and Rhea. But when I'm behind Dom, I took that personally.
Yeah, so that was the show. Kind of pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. Tonight is NXT Halloween Havoc Night 2. It looks like a really good card. Looks all right.
I think that might be the show of the week.
By any chance, did you watch Collision?
No, I'm considering actually canceling my AEW Plus membership. I don't know why I still have it.
Yeah.
Like it's $6.99 and I like barely watch stuff.
Yeah, I see you a link, man. I mean, I gotta give you another alternative route.
I have the alternative. The only time I had that was to watch Collision live. We get to watch it. I don't know why I'm still paying for it.
Yeah. Over the weekend, MJF and Kenny Omega put on a banger of a match. It was really good and enjoyable. MJF won, retained his non-title. They had his invisible title up there. It's ridiculous. And for ratings wise, it didn't draw. Sadly,
it's Saturday.
It's just stupid. It's just I don't understand why they put this on that weekend. Halloween weekend, World Series, college football. You got hockey games and the NBA. It's too much competition. And before that, if people wanted to see a fight, they watch Vince McMahon, Eminem Hill, Mike Tyson. Watch.
The weirdest one was Eminem.
He just said his hoodie in the corner.
He's like a statue. Yeah. I didn't enjoy that everyone was silent. They were being respectful and everything. Yeah. I would have preferred if people screaming and something.
Manny, if you were sitting at that show to watch that fight, which one of those three people would you be happy to sit next to? Tyson, Vince, or Eminem?
Tyson.
Tyson seems like a good time.
Tyson sounds like it'd be a good time. Vince, you're not going to get anything out of it. He would probably even not acknowledge your existence.
Vince is probably going, I don't like that finish. Think it'll really work something down there. Tyson's probably the best hang because you get the boxing insight. Like, oh, you got to do this and this and this. Eminem, I feel like would be like spaghetti. No, I don't know what I got from Eminem. He just looked like some guy there, just like in disguise. Like, don't tell anybody I'm here.
What else actually happened this week of professional wrestling? Nothing.
No, nothing really else. Nothing else.
Like Saturday has a lot to live up for this week because of Crown Jewel. I think that's going to be a good show, like the last few Saudi shows have been. Here's an interesting bit of news. This popped up on the Instagrams or Twitter or the Facebook group. Vince McMahon called Saudi the home of WWE.
Yeah, they paid him $5 million.
But that's where the money is.
Yeah. Who's paid for more WWE than Saudi Arabia? Or who's paid for wrestling more than anybody other than Saudi Arabia?
I mean, I'm not going to say talking about sports washing and stuff like that, but that's definitely one of those things.
That's what they're doing. But, and they probably paid Vince McMahon $10 million just to say that.
I think they paid more than $10 million.
Yeah. I mean, I bet you they paid for, Eminem and Ronaldo to be there.
Ronaldo plays football there already, so like he was there.
No, but I bet you they paid him to actually show up and sit front row.
Maybe. But Ronaldo's like that. Ronaldo is a spectacle. He likes to be the spectacle.
Yeah, he was distracting. When every time they the fight, because he sit front row, and you just see him just sit like this the entire time and not moving. Like it was just weird.
Yeah. Messi, on the other hand, was winning the Ballon d'Or, proving that he's still the greatest footballer alive, which I don't think anyone's ever gonna take that crown from him of winning 8 of them.
Yeah, I'm taking it away from. I'm taking him. He didn't win in MLS, Manny. They got knocked out. I know they'll win next year. I mean, he came in for like half a year. It was like scoring like 400 goals, but.
It did. Do you know what? It did make me question if the MLS is real though, because like a lot of those goals were very scripted. Like, oh, last minute goals all the time, Messi. I don't believe that.
It would just prove that he could turn it on whatever, but he could just get he like I get my teammates involved. It's like when the dad plays quarterback for both sides of the team, and he's just like I could just sometimes I'm just out there. I'm playing for both teams. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Not much else really going on. Man United lost against Manchester City.
I saw Victor Wembanyama for the first time live. Just looks like a giant spaghetti screen, just playing basketball. It moves like spaghetti. Like if you were to wiggle spaghetti in front of this camera, it'd be like that's how he moves. But it's probably smoother. It's just like it doesn't make sense when you look at him.
What you're saying is he's gangly.
Yeah, very gangly. There was a point he was going for a foul. Westbrook is chasing him down for no reason. The Clippers are up by 40, legit 40, and there's a fast break by Wembanyama. He looks like he's about to just dunk off a backboard or whatever, and Westbrook is chasing it down to like try to swat that shit for no reason. Could have injured everybody. And he like tries to swat it, but Wembanyama does like this matrix move in the air and avoids the contact, but barely gets contact on his knee, and then throws the ball up. Missed the shot, but you just looked at it, was like, what the fuck? It looked like Mr. Fantastic stretching and going like,
my Jets decided to beat Saquon and the bag of chips.
They had no quarterback. The Giants are terrible. Both teams are terrible. I was watching that game and watching can Zach Wilson lead them in the field goal range, and when he did, I went, "That's a damn shame."
Do you know what the funniest thing I had was Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp asking for Dan Orlovsky on First Take to be drug tested because he said Zach Wilson had a good game. He got damn right.
I'm still waiting to see if Jordan Love can have one good game. It's not all his fault. It's that team's in disarray. The team's in disarray too. The defense is all right.
I think you're in the same situation as the Jets.
Yeah. I can't believe how bad quarterbacks are though, man. It's scary. It's only like, you know how it's 32 teams in the league, right? I feel like there's only 15 good quarterbacks.
Yeah.
That you can actually trust.
The thing that bothers me, but I know he would have been shit. So in the same year we drafted Zach Wilson, we could have had I can't remember his name now. The quarterback for the Jags right now.
See, as soon as you say that, the one with the hair.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence. That's it.
Trevor Lawrence. As soon as you say, I know his name all the time. As soon as you say the one with the Jags, fuck, my memory is wiped too. The one with the hair.
So basically,
Nathan Frazier.
He looks really good at the Jags.
Yeah.
Like he looks like a leader. He looks like he knows what he's doing. But then I was like, imagine Sam Darnold didn't win those 2 games. We could have drafted him, but then he would have been considered a bust.
Sam Darnold would have been the greatest quarterback there.
Zach Wilson would have been considered the greatest quarterback of that draft.
Yeah, a lot of times it is the organizations, like even in the other sports like the NBA, like this guy's good, but then he went to let's say the Magics or the 76ers who drafted Ben Simmons and shit, and be like, oh, they were great, and then all of a sudden, what happened? What happened?
Yeah, I just feel like anything the Jets currently do, I just don't think they're ever going to have it with quarterback. I just don't believe it.
Yeah, I think you're one of those franchises like the Bears, the Jets.
Yeah, but the Bears are winning now.
Yeah, but they're so. They're not that great. They're beating up the shitty, MC North basically.
And I feel like when I put it out in the universe that I was considering being a Niners fan, they have not won a game since.
Well, wasn't Brock Purdy injured this week?
No, Debo's injured.
I know he's injured.
Back. Yeah, McCaffrey's back, but he was injured in the last game. But they've lost 3 straight now.
Yeah. That's why I hate parody in the NFL. When the Panthers won this week, I was really upset. They were celebrating. They had to kick the field goal like 3 times.
I mean, I did like I was cautiously watching the Jets game. Like I'd already been
having on the background and going like this.
Yeah, I was already given trauma of losing 3-0 to Manchester City. So I was just like, ugh, I can't take another loss today. Please, God, no, not another one today. I can't possibly.
Well, as I melt in this hat, and this is the sports coat, I think it's time to, without further ado, say goodbye.
I've been Marcus the Grand Finale, and he is
Papa Shango. No, or the only serial killer of television that gets away with murder, Tony D'Angelo. Forget about it.
We'll be back Thursday. Like the video, watch all the shorts, subscribe if you haven't. The channel is springing back to life. We've hit 15,000, which we did it like 2 weeks ago, and none of us decided to mention it on the show.
Because I care about our main show views. I don't care about the subscribers anymore.
So yeah, we'll be back later in the week. Peace.
Hold up. Happy Halloween. Spooky.
Don't do anything stupid.
Unless it's funny.
Yeah. And email us at thesharpshooters@gmail.com about the most ridiculous things you've done, and we'll read them out during the watch along.
Oh, can I point out there? I want to give Halloween warnings, Manny. Normally, the news, I know we're out of here, but I want to give Halloween warnings. And this is not for the kids. It's for the adults. Number 1, don't steal your kids' candy. Please don't.
You're old enough to get your own.
Also, hide all your edibles because kids are going to just eat them. Don't mix it up.
Yeah, El Luchador. We're talking to you.
Parents, don't give kids apples or fruits or anything out there. You know what happens. You're asking for trouble. If you're giving somebody an apple, they're going to throw it at your house. If you they don't want that. Kids want candy. Give them candy. Those rich neighborhoods, fuck you. I just want to say that. Don't give them full bars. You give them little mini bars. And don't give anybody 3 Musketeers. How dare you?
What's wrong with 3 Musketeers?
No one cares about that nougat. No one ever eats that. It's the last candy to go. You eat a Reese's Cup. You eat Snickers. You eat candy corn. No one ever craves the 3 Musketeers. And no one ever craves 3 Musketeers, Manny. No one ever goes, ooh, I got a 3 Musketeers.
I like 3 Musketeers.
Do you?
I mean, if it was the last thing there, sure, I'd eat it.
It's the wrong candy. It's not Halloween candy. It's just there. It's the only time I actually see it is around Halloween season. It's a little nugget of 3 Musketeers. I don't even think they sell the giant bar of 3 Musketeers anymore.
Yeah, they do, Marcus. They do.
Sad. Anyway, those are my warnings for the people out there in the streets.
Yeah, and then make sure you keep an eye on your children. Put them in identifying clothing.
Well, that's what the costumes are for. And then, Manny, you go. I forgot my kid's costume. I don't know who they are.
My son was American. I seem to have taken a Chinese child. They were both
You're not
dressed
my
up as
son.
ghosts.
You're Agent Captain America. How could you? Well, I knew how to tell my kid apart because I dressed him as Captain America. My kid currently hates me because I gave him the Falcons Captain America. I want to be the white one. Shut up. You know that's going on somewhere. Somebody's household. I'm sure it's Anthony Mackie's own household.
No, for all the crimes Anthony Mackie has done to Spider-Man by roasting him on every interview, I bet his kid wants to be Spider-Man. The Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Why can't you be Miles Morales? No. I want to be the real Spider-Man. You motherfucker, you.
Yeah, all three of them, the white ones.
Then there's going to be real problems where it's like, yeah, I want to be Spider-Man. No. I want to be Spider-Gwen. You're my son. No.
Do you know what,
I can't
Marcus?
believe it. Oh, God.
If we're being serious, the coolest Spider-Man is the punk rock one.
Oh, yeah.
From the last Spider-Man
Spider-Man.
animation.
Spider-Punk. Yeah.
Yeah, Spider-Punk is so cool. He just gives
He's
off
so
vibes.
cool.
It's like, whatever, man.
Whatever,
Fuck it,
man.
let's do it, fam.
I quit. When he quit, I was like, God damn, fuck all this. I quit.
So great. If you haven't watched that, go watch that. It's a really good movie.
It's on Netflix now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Maybe American Netflix. I know the first one's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Although I own it on Amazon Prime. I paid money for
I paid for it too. I paid money for both of them.
I
haven't rewatched Spider-Verse yet.
I haven't watched the second one since. I've watched the first one about a month ago. Still holds up.
The first one's still good. The Prowler is still a dope villain. The music for the Prowler is just dope. I enjoy it. Like
100%. Yeah. So happy Halloween, people. I've been Lord Manny Hayes, aka Marcus the Grand Finale.
I've been Tony D'Angelo, Papa Shango, Marcus the Grand Finale, a surrogate for the podcast sweater.
I feel like on Thursday you need to dress up as me.
No! I have to wear Jets hats or a Man United jersey. Just feel.
I wear other things. I normally just turn up in a hoodie.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah, so like the video, subscribe. We'll be back on Thursday. Peace. Spooky, 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 spooky.
Spooky. Ooh.